Hi everyone, this is Manjusha Radhakrishnan, entertainment editor for Gulf News. I'm here with Bollywood's bad man of the moment, Bobby Deol. He impressed us in Animal. It was a comeback of sorts, and he's back with another big one, a warrior epic called Kanguva with Surya. It's a big one, right? Your Tamil debut?
Yes, it is. I mean, I'm just so excited. I mean, what better way to start your career in the Tamil industry with a film like Kanguva and to work with Surya, who I'm a big fan of, who's a sweetheart.
Yes, he
He's
is.
just an amazing person, you know. The best part about being on the set was getting to know people and how down to earth and humble they are, especially Surya, the whole team, you know, everyone involved in the film was just so warm. I didn't feel, out of place. They saw to it that I was always very, comfortable, and it was just an amazing experience.
Right. Bobby, this movie was offered before Animal became this huge
Yeah, the whole
blockbuster, right?
story goes back where they spoke to me in May of the same year, and somehow things didn't work out. But I manifested it. I said, I have to do this film. And then suddenly, just before Animal was releasing, it worked out. I was just so happy, you know.
Right.
Because I believe in manifestation, you know. So I'm really lucky, you know, God has been kind, and my wishes are coming true in some way.
Very true, very true. I was speaking to Arjun Kapoor yesterday. He was saying that finally people are like taking me seriously. Is that the same with you as well? With Animal, it
I
kind of
think
changed
it changed for
perception.
me when I started doing OTT platform. It changed for me when I did films like Class of '83. Then I did Ashram, which became a huge success. It's the only web series that's the most watched in India. And then I did Love Hostel. So that made people notice that I am capable of more, I think. And I think it's happening for a lot of actors who work on OTT platform, because OTT platform, you can take an actor whose image is something else, but make him do something else if they believe in you. And I was very lucky. I mean, out of those 3 projects I did on OTT, 2 of them were produced by Red Chilli. Then Prakash ji, I don't know what he saw in me, but he chose me for Ashram. So things started shifting for me. People started looking at me differently. And then Animal happened.
Yes,
And that kind of, you know, there's no magic like silver screen.
true
The
that.
magic that silver screen creates is something else. And I needed that. And I don't know, Sandeep Reddy Vanga, who's a genius of a director, saw something in a photograph of mine and gave me Animal. Then I was lucky because I had belief. I'm trying to do different kinds of films, you know, putting myself out of my comfort zone. And when this was offered, it was totally out of my comfort zone, especially because it's in Tamil. Also, it's very different. You know, it's based in a period which is 1,000 years back. Civilization was not fully civilized. That's why it's the look, the clothes we're wearing in this are based according to that period, and a very animalistic behavior.
Yeah, like a beast,
Yeah,
almost.
like a beast.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's how we behave. That's the reason why you see the anger in the eyes and the larger than life body language, you know. So it was fun. It was tough, but it was fun.
Right. Are you a Game of Thrones fan as well? Sometimes when I see these, I'm like, I'm reminded of it,
Yeah,
but
well,
I'm sure it's a different.
I think there's so much happening out there in the cinematic world that something will always remind you of something, you know, and something will always encourage you to do something.
Yeah.
So I think all those kind of movies and shows encourage actors, producers, and directors to create that world. And Shiva is a genius himself. I think the most calmest director I've ever worked with
Really? Why
till
do you
date,
say that?
because he's like a chubby big man, and he's always calm. He's got a heart of gold. He never got angry, never raised his voice. He had to deal with 3,000 people at the unit, plus the whole scenario was there's water, there's smoke, there's dust. There's a lot of chaos. But in that chaos, to stay so relaxed is amazing.
Right.
You know, and as a visionary, he's created this world, because when I was shooting for this film, there was only blue walls behind me. And I was like, okay, it's going to look like this. He says, sir, you wait and watch when I show it to you.
Right.
And then when I see the trailers and the promos, I'm like, God, I was there, you know, and it's looking totally like as if I was somewhere else.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's just amazing. You know.
Right. Interestingly, at the press con, you said 30 years ago, like you didn't, when you began your career, you were not that, I would say, ambitious perhaps, or you were not petty or petty enough.
My family and we all are very simple people. I never believed that there was competition. I always believed that everybody should be working. Why should I take someone else's work? But the world was like changing, you know, and there was so much competition. There were more people coming into the industry. It just changed, you know, and I just didn't realize that. That kind of put me down, and but I think finally, I I'm 55 right now, and suddenly I have this fire that's burning so strong. I wish this fire was burning strong from word go.
No, I
But
love that. I love that. Your career is also a testament to anybody can have a great, rise at no, you never know. Like when your career changes, it shifts track,
yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
what I keep saying. Everybody should just have self-belief. If you don't have self-belief, you won't be able to, no one's going to hold your hand and take you forward. You have to do it on your own 2 feet. And you just have to stay positive.
Right.
Because everybody's gifted with something by God. You have that special talent. You just need to tap it. And I think that's what's happened to me suddenly.
Right. At 55 to look like this. Let's just admire him for a second. It must have not been easy. At 55, what is
I
the
think my
reason?
whole family is into fitness. My dad, my brother. The first he-man of the industry was my dad. And the first strongest man in the industry was my brother. So I think I had to, match up to their physicality in that sense, because it is important to be healthy. And the older you get, you need to keep working out more because it keeps you stronger.
Right.
I think that's something I love. And I realized everything very late in life, I think.
Excellent. Do you think this is their way of tapping into the northern market, though? When I looked at it, it looks like, they're trying to rope in viewers from around, make it more pan-India.
It has become pan-India now, because if you see the amount of films that have come out, so many films from South are very pan-Indian films.
Yeah.
So I think the trend has changed completely. It's all because, sadly, we had to go through the whole COVID, and that exposed a lot of people to watch movies and content on OTT platform and expose them to different language films, and they realize there's so much there to watch. And I think that's changed and helped. And even Bahubali, when it came, I think that was the beginning of everything.
How physically grueling was this? Because you roar a lot. Like you said, it's like a wild animal. And
Yeah, well, it was.
thing.
People think actors' life is very easy, but it isn't. It is. When you're on location, it's going to be hot, it's going to be dusty, and it's going to be, like humid. But here it was created even further. There was storm fans with smoke being thrown at you and dust being thrown at you, and then you had to do prosthetics, which took 2 hours every time you had to get ready. But it was fun.
It was fun, worth it?
Yeah, it was. It's always worth it. Every actor, I think, enjoys his work more because you go through this process of filmmaking, and when you see the end result and the joy you get after seeing that, so you forget all those days of all that heat and, getting up early and working and the smoke. My eyes were watering for the next 4 months after I shot for this film because there was so much dust and my nose kept leaking, and I was like, it's okay. I was like, because there was so much dust and everything.
Right.
But you get allergies.
Right, right.
But that's how it is.
Right. Last question. Did success teach you more, or did your failures teach you more?
I think failure teaches you more. And success also. Failure teaches you more about never take success to your head. And that's what it is, because I've seen ups and downs in my life. I've seen people change in front of me, towards me. And I don't take anything to my head. I respect everyone, and I know in the world, they only take you when you're needed. And that's how it is. You can't feel bad about it.
Yeah. Thank you, Bobby, for entertaining us. Animal was a fun ride.
Thank you so
and
much.
I hope Kanguva as well. Thank you so much for your time.